Good morning, good people. People ask me, why am I so passionate about other people's debt? Well, I'd like to explain to you why. Well, I've been in debt a couple of times. I'd like to explain to you about my life story. I'm a qualified fitter and turner. Worked for Telkom for about 12 years. And then in 1992, I went into the life assurance industry. When I worked with Telkom, people said to me, hey Dutchman, you can't read and write properly. Yeah, are you going to sell life assurance? But it never got me down. In the first year, I was one of the top producers of Southern Life. I was under the top 10. It's got nothing to do of who you are, or what you are, or where you're going. It's all about you. And something about me is that people don't know that I'm dyslexic and I'm ADD. I'm always thinking out the box. So when I got in the life assurance industry, I found different ways and means of dealing with people. I worked mainly in the government sector, and I realized a lot of the government employees, from railways to Telkom, the parastatals, teachers, nurses, were highly indebted by the microlenders. Those days was the old Unibank, the King Finance, Old Funds, and these people were taking their monthly payments of their salaries. And I realized how bad the over-indebtedness in the marketplace was. And I used to work in this market, and I helped a lot of people becoming debt-free by using surrender values to pay off their debts to give them a living wage. And so I started building up my clientele. I then moved into different sectors of the market, and one of my clients approached me and says, can I help them to set up a shopping center in Jozini? And I says, not a problem. This was in 1997. I then got involved, put a plan together. The banks then approved the loan to put the shopping center together, and on the date of registration, a particular bank pulled the plug. I had 500,000 Rand in the ground. I was always there to help other people in debt, and now I'm in debt. I got myself so far in debt, I didn't know where to turn. It landed up a stage where I started living out of every month by taking my Coke bottles in just to buy bread and milk. The summonses started to arrive. I never had the money for an attorney. But I realized very quickly is I'll start pleading poverty. So the first day I went into court, I put my old post office boots on, my overalls, that the magistrate had to feel sorry for me. Sadly, I was wrong. They don't feel anything for you. I went there for the first 2, 3, 4, 5 months. Then I realized they've got a job to do. So if I wanted to move out of my comfort zone, I had to think differently. So what did I do differently? I then started putting in my nice clothes. I put my insurance clothes on because I wanted to see my first client by 9 o'clock. So when the other court system works, which they call Section 65, is that first in, first out. So I got my clothes on, got my tie on, I stand where all the other attorneys stand, and this attorney will speak about the induplum, this one will start speaking about prescription, and this one will speak about something else. And when I get called into the magistrate's offices, I use these attorneys' words against the attorney who was trying to extract as much money out of me as possible. The one attorney says to me, hey, you need to pay. I says, no, it's prescribed. I didn't even know what prescription meant at that stage. And then the magistrate started to explain to me how prescription works, or yeah, in duplum works. In those days it was still the old common law in duplum. I work through these processes and I start teaching myself. And that was one of the best lessons I've learned, is self-enrichment by understanding the debt processes. I've realized a lot of consumers out there don't know what to do. And I hope this video, which I'm sharing with you, is that I can start sharing my life skills and education skills to people like yourselves. Because being in debt is not so bad. So when the National Credit Act came out, my wife got registered as a debt counselor, and what I learned, what I went through, made your life easier. Now, being dyslexic and ADD, I love reading the Credit Act. I don't like reading normal books. But when it comes to the Act and summonses and judgments, I start learning myself and teaching other people what to do and how to overcome the fear of debt. Remember, to be in debt is not so bad. To get out of debt is easy. All you have to do is start taking control. Focus on your needs, not your wants. Negotiate with your creditors. Understand what to ask for. In my next episode, I will explain to you what I done when I spoke to the debt collectors, attorneys and creditors. Remember, there is life after debt. Enjoy your day.